Welcome to the Random English Podcast. Honey, today I want to do something with you. We searching for phone using for the for celebrity like people famous, and then what phone they use, because let's say like all of people now they get crazy with the iPhone iPhone Pro 15.
What makes it? I'm hearing this a lot too. What makes it so special?
I don't know. That's why we
To me, it's just another.
yeah, that's why. So
Maybe the Samsung mid-range.
So we can looking for like the information like for the like famous people what phone they use, and let's see why.
Might not be able to find that.
Yeah, why people get so crazy, and even like
Sit down for a bit now.
even like from like very young kids, and then like teenager, and everyone talk about iPhone 15. I say, oh, I just something I don't know. That's why I want to find out what's happened there. Or maybe I'm too the bag just behind her knee. I already put the record right here.
Oh, we already recording?
Yeah, I have.
33 seconds.
No, 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
That's cool. Yeah, I feel like talking now.
Yeah.
Let me have a sip of water.
Yeah. Anything with the dog barking over there?
I'm not too worried, and I'll tell you why. I'll listen to it, and then if I don't like it, I'll just won't use it. I don't have to use everything that we do.
Yeah.
But, I mean, if you set the scene, people will be more tolerant to it.
Yeah.
You know, like this is the Random English Podcast, so we might not be sitting in a quiet place always. We could be anywhere in the world, and you can just push record.
Yeah.
I like the fluidity and the open structure that we have. Obviously, as we go into the future, as it develops, we'll start to maybe rein that in a little bit. But it's a grand experiment. When we don't know what's going to stick, we have to wait for feedback from the audience. So that's why it's very important that you guys comment in the YouTube channel, or send us some feedback in the Spotify. Let us know what you like, what you don't like, because the audience will, if they're active audiences, and they should be if they want to learn English, they should be giving us the feedback to allow us to change, you know.
Yeah.
Or if they don't, here's the other way to find out. If they don't, you just look at your analytics on your account.
Yes.
And if you see like they're listening for 1 minute and then they're clicking away, like that means like the content's not interesting enough. So even if no one really reaches out, or no one comments in the comment section, you'll know by the view timing how long they're listening or how long they're viewing something for.
Yeah.
And then you'll get your feedback. Go, you know what, this content isn't interesting enough. So then we'll know that way. So it's not a big deal. What were you gonna say?
I say, you want to describe a little bit where we
I think you should do that. I got to get you talking more.
Okay.
I'm leading in the beginning, but you need to become more comfortable with it, and then I got to get you used to scripts later. But for now, it's just free flow, so it's easier. Just get comfortable talking.
So for the audience, right now we are on the roof of our house in a beautiful morning, full of sun, and we just sit under the shade, and after walking in the sun 20 minutes, had some coffee and croissant. We have a croissant, yes, the croissant in the
croissant. You gotta say it like a Frenchie.
Frenchie croissant.
A croissant.
A croissant.
I'm probably terrible at that.
Yeah.
But a croissant.
Just croissant.
Yeah.
Croissant and fruit. Right now, can feel the breeze like little bit in the air. Blue sky. It's quite romantic up here. And just from the top to look down the city, enjoy the quiet morning.
Mm.
Yes, and talking.
Mm.
Yes,
Yeah,
and try to understanding about something really like this is crazy right now because young people, old people, even children, they all talk about iPhone Pro, Mac Pro. They say iPhone Mac Pro or something. 15.
iPhone 15.
iPhone 15. So what make it different now? I just don't know.
I really don't know, and I don't really care either.
Yeah.
I think, just a mid-range phone is suitable enough for me.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, if you've got it in the budget, but I mean, they all do the same thing. This one might have a few new features. Most of the time, I think you're just paying for the camera. That's what I think it is. Because the iPhone camera is actually been documented that it is pretty high up there on the quality range. Like, I know that the camera will be better than my mid-range Android phone, but I really don't care. I'm an audio guy. I don't really give a shit about video at this stage. Though we may do video in the future.
Yeah, we think about we will do the lesson about the history of phone.
History of phones, yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yes,
I
history
like
of phone. Because when when people start using a phone, I remember they have like the one up here to here and one is for talk, like you talk, you speak. It's separate. It's separate.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Long time
separate.
ago,
Long
yeah.
time ago. Like you have one on the other hand to put in your ear and one just like on the other hand to right by your mouth to speak. And that's really interesting how it's like just developed and it's up now with the thing just tiny and just enough on your hand and then you can carry it around and then it's like just have so many things in that, like the whole world just right in your hand.
There's a new Samsung that's a flip phone now too, and what's interesting about it is they've done flip phones before, and I don't know how successful they've been, but it's basically the phone that you've got now, but it can like close up like a square.
Yeah.
And I think it's shit.
They make it like square shape or rectangle and also circle too. I see that too. Yeah. It's amazing. Huh?
Yeah,
It's
it is
amazing with the technology thing. They every day look like every day they have new products. So
Well, it's called a marketplace. It's called
a market.
supply and demand. They see that people still want these items.
Yes.
It's changed the world. I think it's made the world better in a lot of ways, but I also think that it's also come with a lot of negatives. So one of my negatives with phones is, let's say you're in a coffee shop. I don't know if this happens in your country. Let us know in the comments section. But when we're in a coffee shop in our country, or your country, and I'm a long-term visitor.
I don't think you. I think until now you on the way to be a local now, not tourist anymore.
Yeah, not at all. But it's funny when you're a foreigner living in a country like this, they think you just arrived yesterday, even if you've been here 10 years.
Yeah.
Because you get the same questions over and over again just because you're different. It's not a multicultural society out here, so they just assume you just got off the plane.
Yeah.
Nah, man, I got a wife and kids, and I've been teaching English here for 10 years. Oh, that comes like as such a surprise probably because foreigners just come and go here all the time. Most foreigners don't stay as long as I've stayed, though it is more possible into the future. But getting back to it, one of the challenges or the negatives that I see with phones is, you're in a coffee shop. It's quite possible a local will just start watching TikTok or some kind of video feed, and they won't use headphones. They'll just be using the speakerphone, and that just creates excess noise pollution.
No pollution.
You get a couple of those going. The worst I ever experienced that was when we were on a bus to the mountains. We thought we'll try a bus trip to the mountains, and of course everyone just gets on their phone while they're on a bus. You know, kill the time. It's a long trip, but very few people had headphones. I was very glad that I had noise cancelling headphones, because if I was just on that bus without headphones, that would have been a very, very annoying trip. So I put the headphones on, put my rock music on. Heavy metal is loud enough to drown out any excessive noise, but also it's loud enough without turning the volume up too much to damage your hearing.
It's like competition.
Well, I don't know. I just call it speaker wars.
Yeah, speaker war.
That's what I call it. I go speaker wars.
Speaker war.
There was actually there was a story on the Vietnamese news probably about 9 months ago, maybe even a year, and I was reading about it, and they were saying in a apartment district in Hanoi, where it's very dense, lots of people living in a small space. They've all got their own little apartment each. What was happening is that at different times people would play their music or whatever they like at very loud volumes. So for example, retirees or people that are more mature in their years would get up early, and then they would play their morning music routine, which is usually like a Tai Chi type thing, you know, like Tai Chi, right? Mm-hmm. Tai Chi music.
Yes.
And then they would do like their slow movement exercise of Tai Chi.
Yes.
Which is very beneficial for anyone, but for old people, that seems to be the go-to exercise in the morning. Sometimes they do a little bit more aerobic type stuff, but you do see old people doing Tai Chi, which is cool.
Yes.
And their music's nice, it's pleasant. I mean, it's loud enough that you'll hear it, but it's not like, God damn, this music sucks. It's kind of pleasant, and it makes you feel like you're in Asia. There are certain types of tunes here that are nice, even though you wouldn't play it yourself in your home. So that's fine. But then apparently other conflicts started where the old people would be doing that, and then the young people there were getting tired of it, so they would start playing their type of music, you know, like dance music or...
Yes.
There's a type of music over here called Wiener House, and it's kind of like nightclub music, but it's not like nightclub music from like the West, and even nightclub music in the West isn't that good either. I mean, I'm not into it. But they would play these tracks, and they just create tension with everyone. So they did label it speaker wars, because you can just go onto an online store and buy a big speaker system with a Bluetooth, and you've got an instant karaoke machine. You can connect Bluetooth mics to it.
Yes.
So then you have other times of the day, depending where you're living, if you're unfortunate, where a local guy will have a couple of beers, get a little bit drunk, and then start singing karaoke through his own little personal PA system that everyone can hear, that no one wants to hear. And that's an ongoing issue here. That's one of the big complaints. But I mean, it's their country, let them do what they want. I'm just glad we live in an area where we only get a tiny bit of that. But if we were in a major city like Saigon or Hanoi, that could happen every night. And what's really infuriating about that, unless you can soundproof your room, you know, you're going to get broken sleep, and that becomes quite a challenge if you've still got to get up and drive your motorbike to a school the next day, or anyone who has to get on a motorbike. It's better in a car because you've got a bit more safety, but if you have to be on a motorbike and you're tired because of your shit neighbours, that's when broken bones happen, baby.
Yeah.
We know all about that. So, yeah, but anyways, happy Friday morning, people.
Yes, happy Friday morning. Where we live is so much fun with I say fun, but just sometimes people in the bathroom and use the speakerphone, the water sound, and also the speakerphone. I'm sure they can't hear anything on the phone, but that's why they put it really loud. But then when they shower or washing or something, and it's just the water sound just make like just on the top of that. So I don't know why they just keep push that, and then it just like listen both of thing right at the same time.
Yeah.
And then that's I think it doesn't make sense when people do something and they don't realize. I think that's just a habit.
Well, how
It's
often
just
do
a
you
habit.
think? How often do you think people are thinking in their day-to-day life?
I don't think now people
I don't
think
think
about
anyone's
it.
thinking.
Yes.
They're just doing.
They just
But,
do it.
but that's not new. That's always been the way it is. That's fine. And maybe I used to be like that when I was younger. But I think I've always been more on the thinking side, like asking the question of why are we doing this?
If you guys want to
make
have
it better.
If you guys want to have experience and understand what I just say, you guys just turn the tap on and then let the water run, and then you put the phone with the speaker phone like that, and then you will see. That doesn't make sense at all when you have like two things like run at the same time, and then both of that really loud, and then you try to listen. You think you can use the left ear to listen to one thing and right ear just listen to other thing? No.
Remember, we're dealing with a person that doesn't even understand elevator etiquette.
Oh,
That's another topic for you.
the thing.
Do you know what elevator etiquette is? What's elevator etiquette? Let us know in the comments section. What do you think elevator etiquette is? What's elevator etiquette to you? Think about it.
Yeah,
All right, you're going up to the elevator, right?
Yes.
And you paint the picture.
Yeah.
You push the button to go up or down.
Yes.
And then what do? You wait, right?
Yeah, you wait.
So when the elevator door opens, what should happen but often doesn't happen in this part of the world?
You should wait for people to come out before you get in, but then here they just
They don't do
they
that.
don't do that. Sooner when they see the door open, they just walk in right away. Even people in
People are trying to get out.
People to try to get out,
to get in at the same
and then
time.
try to get in. Yeah, talk about that. We have
That's
really
happening all the time.
talk about that. We have really fun video on YouTube about use the elevator in China
Oh,
or
yeah,
something.
it's probably the worst place for it.
So funny when you watch that too. You feel people get so crazy when so many people in the elevator try to get out, but then a bunch of them want to come in,
It
and then
becomes
it
a
just
pushing
pass.
war.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah, the pushing
That did happen in Japan.
Yeah.
I don't think it happens anymore, but in the past, Japan's kind of like the leader in this area. But a lot of the stuff that used to happen in Japan, I think they did away with a lot of it. But like countries like China, they still do that. They're kind of the worst offenders for that kind of stuff. But I mean, it's just different. Like because no one's thinking. Like, hang on a
Yes,
minute,
no one
why are we
thinking.
doing this? Like they just do.
Talk about the noise pollution with like speakerphone and thing. Do you know in Japan, the government say no answer the phone on the train or on the bus or in the public
Yeah, that's
transportation.
common. I'm looking forward to that.
Already in Japan.
Yeah.
You won't hear any noise on the train or on the bus when you travel, because the government say the only thing you can do with the phone that you have the speaker and you listen to your music, or you read a book, or you do some other thing. No
it
answer.
Must be headphone mandatory, right? You must use headphones.
You must use headphone, but you headphone for listening or for studying for something, not for the
so
answering.
No answering the phone.
No,
Probably no
no.
speakerphone either.
No speakerphone, no answering
You
the
can't
phone.
just sit there watching
Yes.
a YouTube video
Yeah.
or something.
No
Hey,
speakerphone, no
if anyone's
answering.
in Japan, let us know. Can you
Yeah.
confirm this? This is just what we're hearing on the internet. We've never been to the country, though we would like to. Yeah, what's it like? Do you have better phone etiquette in your country? Do people follow the rules? People using headphones? Is there other areas in the city where they're like, look, you can't use a cell phone here?
And one thing really cool in Japan, and I really like this because from my friend, he live in Japan with his family, and he have now four children, and he told me first 3 years in the primary school, no test.
Wow, that's interesting.
No test, no exam, no nothing. The children, his children, just focus on learn how to be kind, how to be nice, and be
Be a good person.
be a good person.
Morals.
Yeah, moral. And
I actually did hear too with vaccinations for kids, they wait a bit too.
Yeah, they wait.
don't do it too early.
He told me his children now had the support from the government to go to school to study Japanese and
And they're Vietnamese living in Japan.
Vietnamese living in Japan, and he said
That's really cool.
he said he has 4 kids, and they give him money for any time he have kids too.
No, it's brilliant. That makes a lot of sense because I did read that they're worried about future populations and people aren't having children and you've got an aging society. This is happening in Korea and other parts of Asia. Vietnam, they're also saying it's on decline, but I think it'll bounce back as economic stuff improves into the future. It's just one of those things at the moment because everyone's still hurting from the lost years, as I call it, the lost years with lockdowns and just an absolute disaster for every economy. So I'm hearing even if you're a foreigner, it's possible that you could still get a house in Japan if you want. You wouldn't be in like a district like Tokyo, but the government they've got houses for like almost nothing or just a very cheap price. But you're going to be living in an area that isn't going to be too convenient. But with the rise of the internet and everything, and you work from home, maybe we could go get a house. We don't have to stay there. Try and put a renter in it and leave.
No, the voice is
There'd be some special deal. You'd have to stay there. Maybe they check on you.
You know when you want that you have to serve for the country at least 2 or 5 years.
I don't know. This is just what I'm hearing.
Yeah. No fantasy about that.
No, but the fact that they don't care who it is, they just want people to have babies over there. Like they do give money and stuff too for that. I think Korea's doing the same.
They try to change a lot, but the serious when they come to work or do anything, they really strict. But that's happened because they already start when they very young. They learn about everything. You care. You have to show your care in your work and in your career. And then you
I mean, just look
3
at
years.
what they make.
First 3 year in primary school. Don't learn anything. No pressure about math. No pressure about language or whatever. No pressure for that. Just more about activity and train your mind and train yourself. This is just the thing they want people to do. They want their children, and that's why his children so polite.
Yeah, but you notice that generally in that society, right?
Yes.
It's very interesting.
And then when they talk and they think and they care about stuff, and then they bring it home, and that's come from the family too. Father, mother do the same. Father, mother do the same. They do the right thing for the first, just like when you start, you do the right thing right away. You don't just give yourself about okay, just do that. If I wrong, I will fix that. No, you don't have time for fixing things. You just
do the right
for first time, because if you keep spending time to fix something, you waste your time.
Well, here's the good news.
Yeah.
Vietnam and Japan, they have a great relationship, right? Business relationship and stuff. There's always assistance there, so who knows? Maybe they can help them into the future. We can live in hope, right? They do have projects. They do have joint relationships.
Yeah.
The other thing I was going to say though too is that they do have pretty good investor relations, because a lot of Vietnamese were going to Japan for work, but a lot of Vietnamese are not going there now because the yen, the currency over there, keeps getting devalued. It's getting really bad, where Vietnamese would go there, try to make a bunch of money, and then bring the money back to Vietnam. But now they're choosing other countries like Australia, my country, or even Germany. Germany's relaxed its immigration policy, so if you're Vietnamese, you can get pretty good access to stuff, even as a foreigner in Germany, because the German government has come out and said, we don't have enough workers for our industry, so now they've got to bring in people to immigrate. So back over to the audience. What could we ask the audience, honey? The topic, we've talked about Japan, we've talked about Vietnam. What could we ask the audience?
How about your country with all of the the curriculum for children?
For school. Yeah. Is it like Japan, where they don't put too much pressure on the kids in the first couple of years? Let us know.
Yes, and what do you think about iPhone 15?
Are you like me? Really don't care?
Really don't care?
Not interested?
Not interested.
I don't care.
Or you really want to have that? You can share with us.
I was also going to say, if you're in Japan, again, let us know what's going on in your country with phone etiquette. You know, like confirm what we've said on the cast, because we could be wrong. It's just what we're hearing, and we know that sometimes we don't always get the truth on the internet and social media and news websites on what's going on in other countries. Let us know if you're in China. I'm not sure if you can get access to this, because I'm not sure if Spotify or YouTube's definitely not available in China unless you got a VPN. But if you are Chinese, maybe you're living in another country and you're on Spotify, you're not living in the mainland, maybe you're in Hong Kong or something. Let us know. What's your opinion on elevator etiquette? How bad is it? How annoying is it? Do you think it will ever change? People waiting their turn to get in and out of an elevator or a bus or a train. You know, just public places where we should have common courtesy and common decency. I'm not saying that our way is better, but it would be nice if, you know, there was a little less chaos to improve everyone's life. These sort of things take time to change, and there's a good chance that they won't change in certain countries. But then there's other countries where it's always slow. Something new will happen, and then like government will come out later and say, all right, we're changing this, we can't have this, right? And then other governments, maybe they don't care about it, or they give people more freedom just to do what they want, but then things don't improve, you know.
Okay.
All right, guys.
So
this is the Random English Podcast, episode 6, I think that was.
Yes.
Episode 6 already.
Fun Fridays.
Fun Fridays? No, it's supposed to be Funny Fridays. We might do another one later. We might go back, and we're still on the roof. We're out in a public place, but no one's here. But you can hear background noises. But we might go down into the
Love Nest.
Is it the Love Nest? I guess it is. Back into our apartment, and maybe look at some funny videos and share some links with you and get your opinions on that. I had some other thoughts too just before we close. I thought about, like, I'm going to start designing a program straight out the gate that's going to be available for you too if you'd like to get extra content from us. Looking at doing different tiers of access to us, where you'll get regular self-study plans to improve your English, listening and reading comprehensions with real-world English. I'm also looking at what else I can do on the extra services if you want to support us. For example, we could do live streams, or we could do direct messaging, or we could have some kind of group where you can get access to me, leave a message, and then I'll respond back to you, or Twing can respond back to you. Questions about English, problems that you're having learning English, get another type of dialogue going, but more on the VIP side. So like not just comment section on YouTube, but if you want to get more direct access to us, I'm going to start putting some stuff together, and then I'll share you the links when they're done, and I'll promote it on this podcast.
Thanks for listening,
guys. Stay safe wherever you are, and I'll see you on the next one.
Bye.